We are at Mahindra's off-road test track in Igatpuri, and when Mahindra invites you here, it's possibly to drive one of these. This in fact is the 2025 Mahindra Thar. I know it looks almost identical to the one we've been seeing since 2020, but Mahindra has made some very important changes. First, I'm going to walk you through all of those changes, then we're going to take it off-road and a little bit on-road to tell you what it's like, so stay tuned. Starting up front, the iconic 7-slat grille is now body colored. The headlamps, they remain halogens. I know some of you might be disappointed they are not LEDs, but in the rain actually these might be the better choice. The dual tone bumper has also made a return. In 2020 the Thar had this bumper, but now it's back. In profile, not much has really changed, but there are two new colors. One is this Tango Red and the second is the Battleship Grey that you can see on the Roxx. Also, the soft top was discontinued earlier this year and it's still not available on the new Thar. And finally at the back, there aren't any visual differences, but it gets two very important features. First is this, a rear wash wipe, and the second is a rear view camera. You can view the feed from that rear view camera on this new 10.25-inch infotainment screen lifted from the Roxx. It obviously has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it also has a new version of Mahindra's Adventure Statistics page. The Adventure Stats Gen 2 comes with 3 preset tabs: off-road, on-road and racing, displaying data like engine temperature, roll and pitch angles, and even a lap timer. There's also a custom tab that lets you pick exactly what you want to see. Also from the Roxx is this steering wheel and these control stalks. However, the gauge cluster remains the same as before. 2 analog gauges for the rev counter and for the speedo, and a small MID in the middle. Mahindra has also made some very important ergonomic changes based on customer feedback. For instance, the window switches are now on the door. There is also this neat grab rail which helps to get into this tall vehicle. The fuel filler door is now remote. No longer do you have to hand the key to the fuel attendant. Also, the automatic variants get a dead pedal. And this center console now has an armrest which extends and has a little cubby hole in here. Rear seat passengers now get their own AC vents along with a Type-C USB port and a 12-volt socket. With that, let's take the Thar around the Igatpuri off-road track and see how it fares. So Mahindra hasn't changed the mechanicals of the Thar, but they didn't really need to. It was already pretty capable. I'm driving the 4-wheel drive with the diesel engine in 4-low. And it was actually developed here at Igatpuri and it really aces this course, no problem whatsoever. The Thar continues with the proven hardware that makes it a capable off-roader. A ladder frame chassis, double wishbone front suspension and a multi-link rear for strong wheel articulation. With low range engaged, it makes light work of the obstacles. Our drive was limited to the Igatpuri facility, so we took a short spin on its internal roads to check if anything has changed. Powertrain options on the 2025 Thar are exactly the same as before. The rear-wheel drive gets a 1.5-litre diesel or a 2-litre petrol, and the 4-wheel drive gets a 2-litre petrol or a 2.2-litre diesel like the one I am driving. Power outputs are also unchanged. The higher spec 2-litre petrol and 2.2-litre diesels from the Roxx have not made their way to the 3-door Thar. However, Mahindra says that over the course of the last 5 years, they have been making small incremental changes to the Thar. So anyone who's driven a 2020 Thar will probably find a little bit of a difference in the 2025. They aren't really claiming what sort of hardware changes they've made, but there are some minor changes which would have improved the usability. That said, being a proper ladder frame 4x4, the Thar does come with a few compromises on road. The ride is still bouncy with noticeable body movement, and the hydraulic steering feels heavier than the EPAS system in most modern SUVs. The 2025 Mahindra Thar starts at Rs 9.99 lakh, going up to Rs 13.99 lakh for the rear wheel drive. The 4x4 petrol is priced at Rs 15.49 lakh for the manual and Rs 16.99 lakh for the automatic, while the diesel manual costs Rs 14.69 lakh, with the automatic coming in at Rs 16.25 lakh. While there haven't been any significant updates to the outside of the Thar, the changes that Mahindra has made on the inside have really enhanced its everyday usability. However, the challenges that come with an off-road vehicle of this sort still remain, in terms of the ride quality, in terms of access to the second row of seats. But now we have the Roxx for that. For someone in the market for a proper 4x4 vehicle, those challenges really wouldn't matter anymore. Overall, the experience remains largely the same. The ride quality is still a little bit on the bouncy side.